IPOB tests for President Buhari. Why the new threat should not be ignored. The crisis in the southeast region of the country, orchestrated by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is entering a dangerous phase that will severely destabilize the region and undermine the legitimacy of President Buhari and his government. IPOB's threats to impose a lockdown on the region for a month if the government fails to produce their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on the next court hearing date of October 21, 2021 should not be dismissed as usual because it portends serious implications for the government. Although this call may be shot in the dark, given government's rigidity and lack of tact in handling such issues. However, this particular situation with IPOB is deserving of some creative strategy and different approach. Because of the end, government will be the loser. It is like fighting with a man who is already down. Any outcome is a victory for him. It was the same mistake government made with the Islamic movement in Nigeria, IMN, when even though proscribed continued to defy government until they got their wish, which was the release of their leader, Sheikh El-Zakzaky, and his wife. In the end, government was the loser, as it failed to curtail their possessions right under its noses in Abuja. As predictable as President Buhari is in handling such issues, he should expect a bloody nose if he sticks to his well-worn path of jackboot tactic of political engagement with dissident groups and agitators. This is a litmus test that will define the integrity, sensitivity, and legitimacy of his government in relation to the Igbo. IPOB has demonstrated capacity to impose its will and mandate on the region, even in the face of massive deployment of violence force against it. For every week now, the Southeast has been on partial lockdown every Monday on the directive of the group, even after it had been apparently called off. It will take a total declaration of war against the group to stop and stifle its threats, and government has proven incapable of enforcing its position over that of IPOB. So in the end, it's the IPOB position that will prevail. Even a partial observance of its order is a massive victory. Like Boko Haram, government actions have radicalized the group, which started as a non-violent and no force can stop the people who are ready to die for their cause. Government should be careful of opening another insurgency in the region, which may portend danger for the nation. Government may want to use this as a pretext to destroy Southeast economy, but it should realize that the wealth of the Southeast is not within the region. That is the lesson from the apparent success of IPOB, because it is a worldwide movement. Government has not shown moral superiority in dealing with opposition and agitators. You do not break the law to enforce it. That is Machiavellian and has no place in modern democracy for whatever is worth. Fundamental rights are the foundations of any democracy, and its violation without legitimate cause and opportunity for redress before the court is descent to dictatorship. This behavior by the government has been repeated so many times that it is difficult for government to appeal to rule of law as justifications for its actions. Kanu, like El-Zakzaky, may have broken the law as defined by the government, but they are entitled to a fair trial, which includes right to their counsel of choice, appearance as trial, which is not the bone of contention, and right to bail, as may determined by the court. Government cannot be a judge and jury. It is the reason we have separation of powers. Government cannot lock up a citizen indefinitely at its own discretion without the authority of the court. It is even executive rascality for it to defy court's decision to release accused persons on bail, as it has done in the cases of COL, Dazuki and Zazaki. Even the mode of bringing Kanu back to the country raises serious questions and doubts over government's commitment to rule of law and justice, because an illegal means cannot produce a legal and just end. As lawyers, I want to say you can't build something on nothing. Obviously, government has boxed itself into a corner. Bringing Kanu back in the manner he did was terrible mistake and strategic failure. What was the strategic objective? It may seem a personal policy success for President Buhari and his minders, but it was a huge political blunder that will dog the administration till it leaves the office, as long as the trial lasts. The purported damage Kanu was doing to the image of government abroad will not compare to the political liability it will become to government going forward, because every court day will be a reminder of the high-handedness and criminal nature of his arrest, trial and treatment, which would further embolden his supporters home and abroad. It is Pyrrhic victory that only appeals to ego and hobbies. This could have been avoided because the government will suffer more bad publicity with him in Nigeria facing trial than outside, especially if IPOB make good threats. Unfortunately, bringing Kanu to court will be a victory for IPOB, as its members and the co-travelers and political jobbers will capitalize on opportunity to further damage government's image. IMN has provided a civil template to demonize the government for perceived unjust actions. Government may have the law on its side, but it does not have morality and public perception, which are superior to the law in the eye of the people. So guys, we've heard in the news that IPOB test for Buhari, why the new threat should not be ignored. We've heard that in the news. As you all know, Nnamdi Kanu has been in the DSS custody for years, and they've not released him. He's still facing some trials, and they are treating him very bad. The way the Nigerian government are doing it is not good. The way they treat citizens is very, very bad. You cannot put a citizen in a custody for doing nothing, just for fighting for his rights. So let's see what people have said on social media about this. Someone said, due to hatred, nepotism, tribalism, and lack of genuine commitment to Nigeria's unity, this government do take some certain decisions without considering the effects on the unity and peace of the nation. The government that acts before it thinks can never get anything right, although that is what one should expect when you have wrong people at the right place. A case of square peg in a round hole. Those who occupy decision-making position in its government are all incompetent, and clueless individuals like the Attorney General. So most people are saying that the government is very wicked, that they should give them their rights, that they want to be free, they don't want to be in Nigeria anymore. And the government is meant to see to this. They're meant to give them, they are fighting for their rights. They are not doing anything bad. But this government, they are so stingy because of what they are making from other countries, from other states. That is why they don't want to give them the rights, and Buhari is even calling them terrorists. The Fulani headsmen and all these people that are from the states that are even the more terrorists, is not doing anything about it. He's just looking at them. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section about the news. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.